By default, our form is very blank, bland looking. It's not designed very well. It doesn't look great. It's not branded. It's not got the colors that are going to be relevant for your business. So we need to make some little changes in here, because as we go through, even if we're not using the actual sign up form, there are going to be times where people do see certain areas are going to see certain pages during the process. So for example, if you do have the reCAPTCHA turned on, this is the page that they're going to see with the reCAPTCHA. It follows the same design. It's very bland. It's not very nice. If people go to the confirmation thank you page, this is the thank you page that they go to. Again, it's not designed very well. It's not very nice. People update their profile. This is the page that they're going to see. Again, it's not really that nice. So we do need to make some design changes in here. Now, where we make the design changes, it reflects the design change throughout. For all of these forms, you don't have to go in and change every single one of these forms. Okay, so what options have we got? Well, under the Build It section, we can add all our fields, and then we've got Design It and Translate It tab. Just before we go into design it, we can actually change the default text that we've got up here. We can change the text. We can make it more, we can move it to the middle. We could make it italic, make it underlined. We could change the size if we so wished. And if that helps improve the look how you want it, great. Personally, I like to remove that and then use an image. So we can use text. Whoops, let's just get rid of that. So yeah, we can use text like so, or we can use image, and then it will go to our Content Studio. Now at this point you probably haven't got an image uploaded, so click on upload, go in, select an image and open it, and then we can choose from the images available in here. So I'm just going to pick this one and insert it. When you do insert an image, it's going to ask you about resolutions. I'm just going to change this quickly. We'll go over changing image sizes later on in the course. But if we click on the Show Image Style Options link here, we can also then decide where we want it aligned within that section. So let's just make that to 400 again. And then save and insert image. And there we go, it's in the middle. Okay, so we can change that for an image which looks better, company logo. We can add some text here as well, offering some information about what people are signing up for. Sign up for bonus features, competitions, and news. Again, we can make that central just to make it a bit more pleasant looking. So if we have a look at this now, go from that to this, which is starting to look a little bit better. Okay, so next thing we want to do is let's jump into the Design It tab. And what we can see here is we have different sections that we can change. So we've got the page, the body, the forms, the monthly rewards, and each one's got a subsection. So the page has got the background, the header, the outer wrapper. The body has got the foreground, default text and link style. Forms has got all these options here. Monthly rewards just there, different options for the Mailchimp logo at the bottom. Now, as you can see, when we click on sections, we get an orange box, and that's basically giving us an idea of what we are changing, what it's going to affect on the page. So in the page, we can see we can change the background, and we've got the background of this sort of light grey at the moment. So let's just make that pure white, like so. The header, as we can see, it's going to change this section. It's going to change any text in there. Now we've changed that for an image, so we're not too worried. And then the outer wrapper, again, we can change the color of that as well. The body is going to affect this section here. So again, we've got foreground color, we've got default text and how any text in that area is going to look. And we've got link style. So if we do have a link anywhere, like up here, then it's going to be shown in this blue. As for the forms, buttons, so the button, we can see it's highlighted orange. We can see we've got the button and then the button's hovered. We can change the color of the background and the text color. And as you can see, when you do hover over this, it goes from a dark grey to a darker grey. So we can change the colors of that. Just quickly change one to demonstrate. Make it red. As you can see, when I hover over it now, it turns red. Field labels, you can see it changes the font and color size, font size and color. The input boxes, again, you can change the font and the color. The required, where you've got sections that are required to be filled in, we can have an asterisk show, like so, and this is the color of it. And then we can have a required legend on display as well, like so. Help text is simply the color of the text that shows up underneath the box that gives people more information about what to fill in. And when we look at errors, we just change to sign up form with alerts. So we can see if this is what's shown if somebody was to submit a form that was blank. As you can see, we have email address is required. Oops. Email address is required, and it's showing us that there are errors below. And this is the color of that text and the weight of the text. So we can change that as well. With the monkey rewards badge, it's simply we can have it aligned on the left. We can move it to the center or the right, like so. And we have the option of changing it from black on white or white on black. So we can make it a little bit more in key with our styling. Again, if you're on a free account, you must all free accounts must include a monkey rewards badge, so we can't get rid of it on a free account. Okay, so we've made some changes. This is what we had before. Let's refresh it. As you can see, it's looking much better now, much nicer, much simpler. So you go in there and brand it to what you want to make it look good for your needs and for your business. The last thing to pick on here is this translate tab. And if you are not using English, you can select to translate it automatically by selecting a language here. There's also an auto translate button up, or checkbox in the top left corner. And you can change the text direction as well. Now, this is the default English text that goes in. And what we can do is we can change any of that to what we like. Now, if you are using English, then there's no real reason to change much of this at all. If you do change it to another language and the conversion to your language is wrong, then you can go in here and correct it. The only one I really like to sort of go on here and change is the subscribe, and what that does is it changes the subscribe text to something a bit more user-friendly. So, for example, your subscribe button, we could call it an opt-in or sign me up. Put that text in there, and it will change anywhere that says subscribe into this text here. So we go to this and refresh. Oops. Subscribe, sign me up. Oh, save the settings, save the translation settings. That's done. Let's go in and refresh. And as you can see, that now says sign me up. So we've got a much better looking form, and that is now going to be better looking across everywhere that it does need it. If we look at the other forms, so we've got the recapture confirmation. As you can see, it's got the Lexi Media logo, it's got the the plain white background. The buttons are, you know, in what we've set them to. We can go to any of these forms and we can see, you know, it's taken that sort of look over everywhere else. It's making it look kind of, it makes every page look a lot nicer. So we've just set that up. So we've got all these forms and all these pages looking a little bit nicer, a little bit better. Like I say, this isn't the best thing to use to get people onto your list. We're better creating proper landing pages and creating an offer for people. Like I say, if you do add this into your Facebook page, then this will be available and it will look like this. So it's a good way of just getting people onto your list, for getting them to just sign up. And it looks pretty simple and pretty nice as well. Like I say, not the best place to sign up, but it will be needed in places. So go through the process of getting the forms set up, getting the design looking better, and then we'll jump over a better way of creating a nicer looking sign up page to get people onto your list. Okay, so see you then.